Agamushanju aha tayari West.
Osibire kurungi arukutureba tayari West tukutangirira makuru Agamushanju ihangwe lya hati ndi Ajuna Pleasure againe kandi tugakuretera ku rwombi cyeka bitari bimwe na bimwe ebya Uganda agahati ntujagabanga kwisyaho okuruga ombicweka byinji omudakika 30 ezirukurataho kandi nitujja kubana no kuba tukoreka ebirukufa omukishenge ekibyemzano nago amakuru ago turuga kuretera agihangweri ntujja gatandikira mu district eya Kabarore mu town council eya Kiko ahabeire okutendeka abarukumanywa nkaba abashaho abarukweraho omukujanjaba ahabyaro abarukumanywa nkabacyuze abatendekirwe kubarukwijagumzamo no kora omurimo gwabo abantu barugo magombora garukwinguro muri ya magombora menji abarukwinguro muri ya 52 mu district ya Kabarore kandi okutendeko kukozirwe abahangu n'abakugu okuruga ombicweka ebitari bimwe na bimwe ababasize ku bantu babaho omukutendeka abantu aba okubara akora imirimo yabo. Reka tukoreke amakuru ago kuruga Kiko Kabarore district tugumizemo na makuru Agamushanju.
Omushomo guriyo ngugendo mumisho ishomereri ya Kigarama Boys Primary School hometown council ya Kiko gwareta abantu batari bamwe na bamwe okurgo mu merkata 52 heriyo mu district kandi babiri okurgo mu ruburumurka. Abakurombi y'amagara bashobora hari bimwe hebera bintu bikorwa mu murka yabo obo babakwatanise na ba village health teams
kurengaho kusomesa abantu babulikiro community level ubegesa abantu obuyonjo ebintu by'obwomezi nebwo tutunga abantu abarikwetegereza obwomezi bwabo kandi balengeo kurwanisa oburwaire
eito no buhereza mu bantu na muno mbintu ebyobomezi no kiraba ngo tuli no mukawefube ka One Health abokuba chuta kwija kuranga oburwaire buli mbantu bonka cyonka nebisoro obundi ne nyikara obundi amaizi gatungire.
Dr. Lilian Muyindo orkwebembera abashomesa ninga trainers of the choose nagira ngo okushomesa abantu aba nikija kuyamba obuhereza kwikaha abantu bona
abantu abatukusomesa nigenderera ngo prevention is better than cure. Ego amarwaro tugaina nagoine bizubu byago abundi abantu barukumara abakozi barukumara bayitaje obutukusomesa abantu bakatanika kwerolera to prevent the preventable diseases ntubanturora ngo abayingi abakujagenda mu irwaro just for treatment baso genda for check up abakwate basomese biwe ngo obarukugenda mu irwaro baso genda ba checking pressure ba checking oburwire butakatandikira.
Abakuru bashaba community health extension workers okugira emicwe okwehayona no kumarira hombwire obwemshomo yabo kandi no bagire kureberera abantu.
Nimbasaba baba batemu keepers nimbasaba atabaho absenteeism posa yosa buli dakika akoba ino kumanya ikibarisera nika so and as the government we shall give them more support so no kusabira nti really they should work hard hand in hand with the trainers to make sure they become successful.
Sabangu bana abantu abatwale ujunanizi wabuno kugenda bakakora umurimo gwabo no mutima gumu ekiturukumanya ngo ekisokubaho in the future kurora ngo abatusomeseze nibaso kubundi kutunga emirimo so nibaleka gap hansi yaho bayitumanya ngo capacity turukora hati the capacity that we are building ija kuyambye hanga na Kabarole
soma kurungi kandi abaraba batasomere kurungi ntusobora kubaleka abo kuba ntugonza omuntu wararugamo arugemo amanyire cyo gukora kandi agenda asobore kuhereza abantu okukisemerire.
Dr. Richard Rwabuhinga omukuru w'entebe ya Katana wa district ya Kabarore yasima government ahawenteka nunje yo kushomesa abantu aba icyo kuza kuyamba
kwetegereza community health workers barukugaruka mbigerebo ya village health teams BHTs nibayica gumaye bakora umurimo gwabo kubatahana bakora cyonka abantu nibayica kwa nubongeza hamani muno kurore ibyo bwomezi byagenda maisho kurungi ibyo gwecome byagenda maisho kurungi aborera bayitwa abo munywere rero batunye mbazi yabo mu bwire bonyene abakazi abanyakwinenda bakunera kuzara nabo bagenda mu marwaro ubwire bakebezenda zabo kandi babasobozese kurora bagenda kutunga kuzara mu marwaro barolero omuzalisa naba bakugwa basomere
bwanyuma yo kweza imishomo yabo abantu baza gukora Amerika obwo bakwayo obuhereza obwo byamagara kandi bakorebuza n'emirimo yaba village health teams ningash VHTs gashakwa Justin Nyaka isiko mu Kabarore
Nibye byo kuruga mu district ya Kabarore muri Chiko Town Council okutendekwa ahi kuryo nkugendo mesho ahabo abahereza abebyamagara twayongerayo omumakuraganda garinkago kuruga mu district ya Kabare ekitongore ekyebyempulizigana ekya MTN Uganda kyogereyo kuhereza obuhwezi obw'ebyobujanjabi ahirwariro erya Chobugombe Health Center eya kabiri erukushangwa murindo rwa East mu district ya Kabare ebihirwaba harimu amashanyarazi garwe cyundaga izuba garukumanywa nkasola ebitanda byabarwire na nebyo kuzariraho teireho ebindi ebirukweraho ombyo bujanjabi kandi ekiba kikozire omuntebekanise yabe rukumanywa nkeya game changer ahabwa itware erya kashatu kandi omnyamakuru witu Jobo Apuli ariyo mchweke ekyo ekya Kabare kututungira ebirukukira ahari ebyo reka tubikoreki
awebare mnonga omurebe wito mukundwa owa Tayari West TV abogumeza muno reba amakuru gitu gatari gamwe na gamwe agatwantukisyaho omubwire bwona agakubasa kumanyisa ebintu okubiriyo bigenda omisho omuyihanga nyowendi Job na manya Apuli kandi ahinde gamberebi nyemerire hari Chobugombe Health Center 2 ejeneshangwa omugombora eyakaharo omu district eya Kabare kandi rizoba ekyatureta no kugira ngo company eyebyempulizingana eya MTN hine obuhwezi butari bumwe na bumwe obwerye nenda kuherezayo ahirwa reri kandi kugira ngo ribase kutunga obuhereza burunje munonga nangwana no kuhwera abantu abari kurwara ahirwa reri nangwana community yona eya Chobugombe okutwariza hamwe abari kukira munonga kukoresa irwa reri nyeneho omwe ahabashaho ahirwa reri ninyenda atugambire n'ubuhwezi ki obu MTN basize kubane baha kandi nabujja kutungura buta obuhereza ahirwa reri damusyaho ariyo nakureba hatayari West edakikeze
bari munonga abaturikize amazina ndi mubangize Andrew kandi ni in charge wandorwa East Health Sub District omukabare district MTN etwere munonga omuryari rwariro etwire obuhwezi bw'emiringo etagemwe nemwe yatwire ebitanda byo kuzariraho ekitanda kimwe cyo kuzariraho yatwereza n'ebitanda ebyo kutaha barwire ebitanda biri kwikabina kandi yatwereza n'ebitanda ebyo kuragurira barwire ebitanda bibiri ngeno byo na hamwe biteri n'ebitanda mushanju ngeno tekomiraho kutwera kandi gumizamo yatwereza na sola power ya mani eri kubasa kwasigwa rwona ngeno nitubasima kugira ngo muthiro buhwezo obu igwaro niriza kuba riri mu right 24 hours
atugambire hirwa reri nirikora abantu bari kwingana ki kandi obiremezo buri twireri yine nibuha
igwa reri okunagamba ryo muri Katenga parishi omuri Kaharo sub county kandi nirevera abarwire abari kuhika 18 na Rushanju kandi nirevera za parishes narishi za parishi ishatu ticaburijo kushanga igwaro rya center turi kureverera zo parishi zona aho ko mu Uganda cyarajyo cha buri parishi eshobora kwene higwaro rimwe konki igwaro reri niriherezo buhwezi za parishi zishatu mu mwanya ogo ngenu n'ikintu cyamani munonga kureba ngo MTN yatwijuka yatwereza ebyo kukozesa umwigwaro reri
nuburemezi ki obutwire buryaha obwo kujangwe ebe binte babahane bizakuba yamba
cyo kubanza obuhezi tutakatunjira obuhezi igwaro ekitanda eki omuzare sabe nazarizaho kibe kige ebitanda bya burijo kandi kitari kitanda cyo murembe kugira ngo nk'abakazi bazariyeho ekyo nekyo kubanza. Ekya kabiri amashanyarazi agutwine omwene garugaho konka mwene usoreja yibatuhereza neza kutuyamba kugira ngo tugume twine amashanyarazi obwire bwona ngeno obwire bwona bw'abakazi barizire kuzariraho nibashanga hariho amashanyarazi bari kutunga obuherezo obu kandi ekindi ebitanda eby'abarwire kunyamaho tubire tutabyine ngeno kutuhereza ebitanda ebibina eki nekintu ky'amaani munonga n'obuhwezi bw'amaani kuruga mu MTN.
Well, turi kwijana tuhendera nibuzi bucyo bwakubasa kuba bwasigara umwiri wa rere nangwa na amarwara ragando mulindo rwa East agora kwebembera iwe nkomusha.
Cyo kubanza ko nagama ngo irwa rere mpaha ni reserving parises 3 ngeno noreba nigetenga abashawu binji ngeno tukabe ntwenda koje ngo bari promotinga bakagiha aha level yiriho level ya health center 2 bakajita health center 3 hompo chikatwore kintu cy'amani munonga kugira ngo abarwire batungo buhereza omubwijire.
Alright, antenda kumusima mnonga omukurogu kandi abasa kubana tushoborra irwa reri okuri kuyamba abantu bechange chikande obuhwezo bo MTN yabahereza okubukujja kubano bahwera kandi buri kubasa kubatunguraho omubuhereza bwabo. Ntujagumeza muntu kurateriza omukurogu nangwana na ebindi ebiri kugenda omumisho kuruga omubyo buhereza bw'amarwaro gatari gamwe na gamwe okushira mnonga ga government. Ndi job na manya apuri kankugaruze omu studios ogumize munoreba amakuru Agamushanju.
Webare Job Apuri okutusya hago kuruga kabare kandi nuko ekitongore kya MTN cyakora kityo okusya abantu beirwarire ryo obwezi obwebyo bujanjabi. Nitugumizamu n'amakuru Agamushanju ahahonka hatayari West kandi eshaheji nitujja ku bantu za home district ya Kyankwanzi kokutwatwa kuraganise kutandika akareho ngo emikoro ey'ekibiina ekya NRM eyokweherera yatandukira izoba bwanyuma ya nyuma abaziyo kurara bashikireyo. Eshaji nitujja ku bantu za Kyankwanzi arukugamba ni speaker w'ishingiro ry'ihanga Right Honorable Anita Anete Among Nalongo kandi nabebembeza abandi tutekateka ku mukurata reka tubanze tuzeho omuri Kyankwanzi kandi tuje tugaruke tugumizemo n'amakuru agandi agutwinire Agamushanju.
The unfunded priorities where the house finds it fit that something has been left out that is supposed to be handled in this financial year, the house will make it a funded priority. And after we finish with the ministerial statements, we will send it for harmonization with the budget committee. Then Minister of Finance will issue the budget called Circular 2 that gives you the differences of other items that were missing. But before we go into appropriation, as we talked before, that we must have the source of revenue, where money is going to come from for us to be able to fund the budget. When we are doing appropriation, we must have the source of funding vis-a-vis the expenditure. Now, they will bring, by 1st of April, Minister of Finance is supposed to hand in the tax bills. These tax bills are what will help us in getting monies. This is where we are going to lay the tax on, say, on drinks, and people like Dr. Wakida who take a lot will now reduce and say, you see that kind of thing. So we shall have gotten revenue, and then we are going to expend that revenue through taxation. Meaning, what you have on the revenue side should be equal to what we have on the expenditure side. Debit equals to what? Credit. Then, when the tax revenues are brought, we will do what we call appropriation. In the appropriation, after we've known how much money we are bound to get from the taxes, we are bound to get from borrowing, we are bound to get from other sources. Then we'll go to the House and do what we call the actual appropriation. Appropriating, meaning we are giving Parliament of Uganda 10 billion shillings, we are giving Minister of Finance 5 billion shillings, we are giving Agriculture 50 billion shillings, and then at the end of the day, we now appropriate. And that is the actual thing. One does not even need, you only need to listen to it and know that this is what you're supposed to do. Yes, Azar, Honorable Azar.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable. And the last one is oversight, where after appropriation and disbursing all these monies to the different sectors, we should go all out and find out whether really it is being implemented, whether there's a value for money, and that's called oversight. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thomas. And as I said, oversight is the last mandate that we have in Parliament, and this is provided for under Article 164(3) of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, and it is also provided for in the rules of procedure that we shall always monitor all expenditure of public funds. And in monitoring public funds, you know how much has been given to an entity. You will do a budgetary control that you as Parliament, you should make sure as a sectoral committee that you will always make sure that there's a budgetary control on the money that has been given out, and that is pursuant to Article 155(1), 156, 157 of the Constitution of Uganda. You must make sure that you follow the money that has been given out for you to see value for the money that has been given out. And then you also have the ministerial accountability, that the ministers responsible for the different votes will always make sure that they come and give a ministerial accountability or public accountability through committees. And when they're giving accountabilities, these are provided for under Article 90 of the Constitution of Uganda and Rule 218 of the Rules of Procedure. When somebody appears to the committee, you as committee members, when you leave here after swearing, we will assign you to different committees. In those different committees is where you'll be interacting with the different institutions, different MDAs, and it is in that committee that you'll make sure that then we have financial authorization that is done, and that is pursuant to Article 159 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. Honorable members, still in accountability, the first committee that we shall make once you're sworn in is the Appointments Committee and Oversight. It is this appointment committee that will be fully fledged with appointments of different persons. And this is provided for under Article 16(2), Article 51(2), Article 61, Article 7, Article 90, Article 108, Article 109, Article 113, Article 114, Article 119. It defines on who you are going to vet. It is still your responsibility to vet the ministers. That committee will vet the ministers. That is one of the oversight roles that you do. And then still in your oversight role, under Article 90, you have the powers of the High Court. But we've always asked our colleagues, don't misuse the powers that are given to you by the Constitution, by arresting witnesses anyhowly, and making we should be human also when we are there. Much as you're going to do your work, you need to be, not misuse it. Honorable members, the last item was, how do you manage? Parliament plays a very critical role. Execution of parliamentary mandate. For this, like what we have talked, the members have said, parliamentary mandate of legislation, representation, oversight, and authorization. And in that manner, it enables us to have accountability, transparency, and public participation. When you are interacting with these members, you are having a public participation. And in that process, you are managing the expectation of the public to that effect.
Niyo mikoro ejeri kugenda mesho muri Kyankwanzi kandi ogwe ni speaker wa parliament Right Honorable Annette Among yabari omu abagambi abarugambo mukwiguraho okweherera kwaba NRM okuru kugenda mesho kandi ntutekateka President Yoweri Museveni nawe naija kuba nagambo mukwiguraho ku kandi ntujja kuba ntukutwarayo obase mikorejo kujikura teresha heji leka tuumureho kache tugaruka n'amakuru gandi Agamushanju otarugaho nitugaruka.
Agamushanju aha Tayari West.
When you don't use Momo, you are forced to quarrel.
Mama kabalance? Nkuwaire 15 Mama, nkuwaire 15.
Ompaire 15.
Abantu abakulu atandise obuyayi mwena.
Obuyayi obuliga.
Iwe.
Ngobi yanko
bantu sente dange nizade kolera ngobi nakolera sente dange.
Save yourself from quarreling. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3# to pay and enjoy zero charges below 5K. That's the power of Momo.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Here's how you chase that gray away. You're a hot air balloon that can go to space. With the air like you don't care, baby, by the way. Today and show your smile, please. No one smiles back at you, so come on, smile, please. Super today, let's see those smiles, please. Super today and spread those smiles, please. Super today and
Skylight Hotel eresra uhereza bwo murembo muri Mbarara City ahi barukwereza breakfast ngakatogo omelette Rolex shumbusha chapati chai yamate eyo mukaru akatunda ko murembe nebindi
bineyo na cyamushanere kutandika shamu kagazi ihangwe nibateke nkoko embuzi ecenyanja muchamo obushaza akaro ekitoche echozi emondi greens obutura eshwiga kandi echo kunywa nikigenderaho.
Hey manya bino buraro burungi bwo murembe aha beinungi kandi warara Skylight Hotel Mbarara City breakfast ne yabusha bine rooms eziri self contained DSTV security rije kandi parking ne yemarira
bine bara yo murembe pool table sauna na steam bath hamwe na conference hall.
Skylight Hotel neshangwa omuri Mbarara City wahingura kace aha Vision Empire orguto rwatora katete ijuka ngu nibo ba director ba Skylight Hotel rukunjiri ebirukiraho tera no tumushanje mwenda 18 58 38 ninga no tumushanje no tumukaga 36 36 33.
Heli
Enta uniye kasese bero makumi abiri na bitano kwa kani ya macha iziri umayikandisha tukumera na mani manene. Heli baby akandisha leta muziki wakalakalire abiri na bitano kwa kani okwa renzori sikwaye ata masha ukulira banyakasese o muziki wa maunza miaka msanjuna na mukokota
ni live concert
Hotola uta
Chama dukuma chuo muziki wewe Helio no brimbre kwa stage sina na sinene Oma Uganda enubai ya Kongo na hande Yono masaka Eringramo Arebat Siriji kanane Neshe nyukisha chunguru kwa mtualo Esho meza Eye silver Mito luma 15 Gold Milioni ngoma Platinum Milioni 3 Oyoni heri baby Oma live concert Okwa Renzori Square
Sponsored by Tayari West Irakalietu.
Agamushanju aha Tayari West.
Kurukayo mukahumura ko reka tugumizemo n'amakuru gaitu Agamushanju ihangwe rya hati kandi cweke kintu cyo kuchitandikira mu district ya Sembabure ahari amakuru agatari marungi ahi omukeikuru nyene nkuru wo mwana w'emyaka mushanju eyobukuru wo mushiki oguni kizarishe nagambwa kubana mutuntuza kumuturugunya no kumusyaho obusasi bwingi kandi abantu bashangwa cyaro cya Biafra kirukushangwa umugombora ya Mabindo mu district ya Sembabure omwana ugu w'emyaka mushanju eyobukuru ashangirwa hirwaro area Chikoma Health Center ya Kishatu arukutungo bjanjabi ahabwo buhuta muhikibweho amezi agaruposya agarukutekwa kubaga mushikirwe ombicwe kabye ebyecyama kandi kirukutekatekwa kubangu nyene nkuru we hamwe n'abandi bana barkwingana bashatu omukomo wo kuyabaragire kunaba we ogutiya naba nokwe kuteka miziga kwosyaga akagamushika omwana ogwe yabariyo mbusasi bwingi arukujanja bwa ntumyamakuru witu ya mushanga kandi amakuru agarukira hariyago yagatutungiro mbwijwire reka tugarebe
Sharifa utwashanga hirwari ya Chikoma Medical Clinic ariyo mbusasi bw'amani wanyuma y'akakiko k'ekyaro okumwihara nyine nkuru bakamutwara kutunga obujanjabi narubura najangu banyanya bakashaba kunaba nawe kuyayanjire nko kuteka amizi bakagamushuka ombicweka by'ekyama kandi bakamutinatinisa obutagire kiyagamba njigamba ngo mwana ogu binarabo mukubona bonesubwa kw'amani obanyanya abatari kurugo mu nda ya nyina obumwe babene bagezaho kumukomo mugoyo maraka kumunaga omukina cyafu 30
bali babira buki wangu banagamu mundu alikira okunkubanya agana nga wankuwe nene bifika DJ ya bintu sizako
omushaho Trust na maganda urikujanjaba omwana ogu nashobora ngo omwana ogu bwahati aijwire ebironda bingi aha mubiri otiireho n'obuhuta oburi aha mubiri gwe na munonga ahigufa erikugiita omugongo na n'obwonko. Omunjeri n'emwe yashaba gavumenti okufayaho abaana bato.
Omwana ono kale bamulese nga bamukubye jjajja yagamba ye yamukuba naye omwana agamba bonna babeere wakaye bamukuba like obuzibu yaddaayina obunene nnyo ekyo kale ebintu bingi n'ekino ekyomubulago naye kale kizibu ekyamaanyi wano ku spinal cord ate ejjukira spinal cord yegatta brain n'ebitundu ebirala eby'omubiri.
Abakakiiko k'ekyalo kya Biafra bebembiremu omuhwezi w'ekyalo eki batushoborera ngu bize nibareeba embeera ey'omukiikuro ogu arikurabyamu omwana ogu nk'okwirukira polisi bareebe uko bakubaasa kwirukanjirira omwana ogu konka polisi obwahati tiine kiyabayambire. Abaana bashoborera ngu ishe omwana ogu owamanywa nka Ruwagajamada ngu enshonga ezi nazimanyaho konka abantu boona aha kyaro nibamutiina ahabwa obukaro bwarikworeka kirikugambwa ngu n'omukozi wa gavumenti omu kitongole kya polisi ngu kandi omu bwire bwahati ari muri Somalia. Aba bashoborera enjeri y'omwana ogu abaire naabonabonesibwamu omukomu.
Kote akambe n'akasala bwati emisala esatu ng'endo z'akambe kaali tikasala bulungi n'ekino bwekiti netumubuuza akaana lwaki wakatuusa ku salino mbukabadde kapama ku buliri ye yakoya amaziga ako.
Okusinza ku mwana bwe namulaba namugamba nti gendayo naye ndabye omwana embeera gy'alimu sinki sinnungi yeetaaga obuyambi okusinza ku mbeera gye namugamba nze nalaba agenda kufa.
Tibampuna ali ndi awo ng'omuvubuka azze bamuyita Jafaali naŋŋamba bayisa akuyita jangu omwana bagenda mutta ne mubuuza omwana nti omwana wa Jamada bamusaze n'akaso mu bulago era twagala okole ki ojja ogende mugyeyo omwana naye omwana ali bubi bamukwese mu nju ffe tibamutulaga kati nange n'entambula n'eŋŋenda namusangawo omukadde ng'ali mu kiyungu ne mubuuza nti gyebale nti kale ne mubuuza nti oli omwana ali wali ng'azimbye kiki naŋŋamba namukubye.
Abataka bajumirwe ekikorwa ky'obutemu ekikira aha mwana ogu konka ekikubashobera n'oku omwami Jamada arikwerabyamu aha kyalo.
Ngamba singa nkwegayiridde omwana jangu omutwale mu ddwaliro embeera ye si nnungi. Singa yaŋŋamba oba omwana wa Jamada oba afaafe Jamada yantamaatama dda.
Omwami oyo alimu olusirikale naye simanyi kibinja kimwagwa. Omwana okutuuka ku ddaala eri abantu batya buti kubagamba mazima era kyemuva mulaba nti abantu bajja beekweka boogera teboogera.
Omukiikuro orukugambwaho namanywa nka Fatuma Nakatayirwa otwagezaho okugambaho nawe akatushoborera enjeri yabe naatuura n'omwana ogu kandi twahikana aha kiina ekibabe nibagyezamu kunagwamu omwana ogu. Omugambirizi wa polisi bwa Greater Masaka twahakasirye bwahati nagira ngu bakiri aha kucondoza okureebuka ngu baatunga abo abaire nibasyaho omwana ogu okubonabonesibwa kandi yashaba abazaire obutanagirira abaana baabo.
Yeyina ginaayo Mabindo bali mu kunoonyereza kubonyaabonya omwana okumutokyalinga nga bamweta mu mbeera y'okumutulugunya. Ono omwana bw'atyo ayitibwa Nalubuulwa Sharifa myaka 7 gyokka egy'obuto ng'ono kigambibwa yatulugunyizibwa baganda be baatagatta nabo maama okuli Kayemba Hussein myaka 17, Luwaga Gaddafi myaka 12 okosa Serwadda Ajat myaka 9 nga bano bonna bamalamu omusubi tebalabika ne polisi yaffe eri mu kubanoonya babiri nga bavunaanibwa ng'amateeka bagalagira.
Amakulu agagasha kwa Juliet Namare abwa Tayari West omuri Sembabule.
Tugumizamu n'amakuru Agamushanju aha Tayari West. Akakiiko ak'ebyokushoma k'orurengo rwa haiguru aka National Council for Higher Education kari omu rurembo orwambarira kushijuma itendekero erya University of St. Joseph's okureba yaba ryine ebyetagiso ebirukumara okubasa kuhebwa kyatanarishi okutekebwa nana omu mikono eya gavumenti obwo abakuru b'itendekyereri bakayo okushabuku omwaka gw'2022 okushijuma oku kwebembirwe abakakiika ka 12 abebembirwe Profesa Wako kandi Paulo Wako ogu ariyo nakwatanisa na chancellor w'itendekyereryo arukumanywa nka Archbishop Lambert Benomugisha oteireho Vice Chancellor Reverend Father Dr. Deusi Karemere hamuna n'akakiiko akarukumanywa nka ka Board of Trustees hamuna n'abakuru abandi abariyo nibakora omurimo ogwo.
Reverend Father Charles Mutabarra urukwikanisa amakuru wa Archdiocese ya Mbarara agira ngo erinidare rinde ribahikaho ekiri kubahereza amani okoreka ngu university eriyo nekura kandi ari n'obwesije ngo birukwetagisa babyine
okwija kwabo nikitushemeza habo kuba tutaha tutegereza obwiro application tukagitekayo mwaka gw'2022 konkerizo banu bwe National Council yatutwekera timu ejo yo kwikiriza yo kureba ebitwashabire byaba biriyo mu buteka ekintu kikuru munonga aboko banka university nituba twaza harurengo rundi nkomuziro bundi wano letaha omwejo wawe noba no teka ngu nazo mu university ehikire kandi ine byone birukwetagisa ukureba ngo mwana yashoma kandi yaza omwitendekero erihikire.
Ukurikira Vice Chancellor Reverend Father Deus Karemere agira ngo bonkitendekero bakoze kiri kubasika ngo kutekaho obuhereza by'ubwegese kebyombeko nebyo buherezo bundi okurebuka ngo batunge gicata.
Good but not limited to lecture rooms, library, ICT resources, office space, health facilities, student and staff services, and general facilities that enhance core function of a university are also in place.
Chancellor w'itendekero Archbishop Lambert Benomugisha nashobora kwitendekereri lya musinge gw'edini kandi batendeka beji abarkwija kutahentunguka mpango omwihanga.
From humble beginnings with a handful of programs, we have considerably expanded to serve over 1,500 students across diverse disciplines, rooted in our Catholic ethos of faith, reason, and service. Today, I stand before you with assurance of our readiness for a charter.
Professor Paulo Wako wabakuriremu akakiiko k'abantu 12 ku rugo mu kitongole cya National Council for Higher Education yashobora bimwe ebarije kugenderaho mu kushija imitendekereri bwanyuma batwara report mu National Council for Higher Education rero barebe baba bashire kutunga chata.
We'll start with our first task of listening to the trustees. We shall listen to the management. We shall listen to the students, we shall listen to the staff independently so that we get a good feel of what is happening in this institution and to record that and take it to the council.
Tendekero kutunga chata bine kuba baheze emyaka 3 ombuhereza kandi bine nebyo ebirukwetagisa okujutunga. Ndi Olivia Kamsime abwa Tayari West omurimbara.